Hey everybody, it's Abby Glassenberg here at Craft Industry Alliance. Hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday for our member spotlight, where we have the opportunity to talk with a Craft Industry Alliance member and learn more about their business. Sometimes we get to see samples of their work or a little glimpse into their studio. It's always really fun and interesting as well. I really has a business called Keller Design Co. And she's going to be joining us to tell us a little bit more about what's new there. And here's Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, good morning.
How are
Well, it's
you?
morning for me.
It's, yeah, lunchtime over here. So
Yeah.
I see your dog. Your dog and my dog look very similar, actually. My dog is also here running around.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have two of them, and they can be very vocal sometimes, so hopefully
Yeah.
they'll behave.
Same here. Hopefully they'll all behave. So, well, Amy, I love seeing you, and I got to meet you in person, which was really nice as well. So, tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about what you do at Keller Design Company.
So Keller Design Co., I design greeting cards, embroidery kits, artful gifts that help connect people with each other and then also help people connect to their creativity through embroidery kits. I teach workshops. You know, you mentioned we met each other. I exhibit at trade shows like H&H. I'll be back again next year, so I'm excited about that. So Keller is all about creating connections.
That's great. And all of it's sort of tied together by your original artwork. Is that right? So, and how would you describe like your style?
I would say my style is more on the realistic side, but fun. I like to combine watercolor and I use a lot of gouache, embroidery. So I love to do analog crafts, but also combine that with digital. So I'll take like my drawings, like this is a drawing from the book, from one of the flowers in the book, and then I will create um, a digital line drawing in Illustrator, and then I will color that, and then print it on fabric, and then do my embroidery. So it goes from analog to digital back to analog sometimes. So
Yeah, that's
I
super
love
cool.
that.
And you mentioned the book, so tell us about that project.
Yeah, so I am an author, illustrator with Quarto, which is part of Walter Foster, which is an imprint of Quarto Publishing. So this is my second book with them. It's called First Flower Embroidery.
I think it's such a cool book and such a good idea.
I love I didn't know that it was going to have gold stamping until like very late in the process. I
So
was like, oh,
beautiful. It sounds
that's really
great.
cool.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And to have
Yes.
like birth flower is such a great idea because it's like once you buy this book and you have a birth flower design for every month, you can make projects for everyone you know forever. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
such a good thing to own.
Everybody has a birthday. Everybody you know has a birthday, so it's great if you want to make something for yourself or if you want to make something and gift it to somebody. This is an example of one of the embroideries in the book.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I
Uh,
love it.
that's a Cosmo. So you can, this one I stitched up in the back. So you could frame this, put it in
Mm.
a traditional frame. There's some frames that I love. I don't have one here, but they're by Kate from Modern Hoopla.
Oh, yes. I met
She was
her
at
too
H as
because
well.
she
So
goes to H&H. Yep.
yeah, so
Oh
this
my
is a
gosh.
rose. This is June.
Look how
So
pretty
she
this
has
is.
her frames are really cool because they're wood, and then you just
Yeah,
pop your embroidery hoop into it, and it's gorgeous.
that's right. Ready to hang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with the book you get all of the you can get digital downloads of all the designs. So you can shrink. So I did this one full size, but
Hmm.
then you could also shrink the artwork and make,
Oh,
like
nice.
I made a little pin, so you can make different things. Oh, there's my dog.
Absolutely. And you could also, once you have the book and you get access to the digital downloads, you could print them onto the stick and stitch paper,
Oh yeah.
fabric Solvy, which I
It's
love,
super popular right now.
such a good tool, which can go through your regular printer
Yep.
and you could shrink it down if you want to, but you could put that on the back of a jean jacket. If you shrunk it down, you could put it on the pocket of your jeans.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
or on a tote bag. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like the gift giving potential here is
Yeah.
very strong.
So many ideas. And then also, so I shrunk this one down. I'm making it for a friend. I won't say her name. Hopefully she's not watching, but so it's a tiny, this is the aster, and I kind of broke the design apart a little bit so I can put it in like a cute little frame. So this is the stick and stitch that Abby's talking about, where it's kind of a cross between paper and fabric and a little bit of magic. So you print your design on there, stitch
Mhm.
it up, and then you put it in water and it just dissolves.
And so
I think
what you end
DMC
up
actually calls it magic paper.
It's great because no tracing. You don't have to stick your design on a window and trace it. You
No,
you print it out, cut it out, stick it on whatever fabric you want to embroider on, and then you get perfect lines because you have the design right there. So it makes
yeah,
it so accurate and you're amazed later when you dissolve the paper and let the project dry, or you can iron it with a warm iron in a press cloth, and then boom, you have this like really accurate, depiction of the design. So
yeah,
I
it's
love it.
amazing.
We love
And
it
then
here. We go
also,
through tons of it.
yeah, after you wash it away, you can continue adding stitches onto it. So that
Right.
can kind of be your base, and then you can
Mhm.
add like, I don't think I have it here, but on the cover I added beads.
Yeah, and that's
So you
awesome.
can
That's
add extra things.
gorgeous. Yeah, exactly. So, and you can embellish your embroidery. And I love embellishment with beads because that's
Uh,
so easy. And the effect is three-dimensional and textured. So it really adds sparkle to your project. It's great. Yeah, that's awesome. So how did this book come about? Did you come up with this idea and pitch it? Did they come to you? And Quarto's a great partner for this, and
oh
I
yeah.
actually have a kit with Quarto and really enjoyed working with them when I designed that for them. So I know that they're a really good partner. So yeah, so did they come to you, or how? I'm always curious how books come about because so many people, that's part of their dream wish list to have a book out, but it's like, how do you make it happen?
Yeah, so this is actually my second book with them. I met the publisher, I think it was in 2018 in San Francisco. I was doing a licensing trade show called Blueprint,
Oh yeah.
and she came around and she came around and she was interested in some of my illustrations, some of my portraits that I had painted, and I had
Mm.
also shown some embroidery work. So we stayed in touch. Nothing came up, so I thought, you know what, I need to make the first step. I need to um, make a proposal to them. So I proposed a book that was it was kind of different than the original book that we published, but the book ended up being portraiture of empowered women. So
Oh
I showed
yeah.
Maya Angelou. So that was the first book that launched in 21. And then, so I worked on that one all through the pandemic. Like all of 2020 was like just stitching.
Yeah.
So then, a few years passed, and I thought, I have this idea for this book. It started with my tattoo
Oh my
is
gosh, so
birth
beautiful.
flowers of my mom, my grandmother, and myself.
Oh.
I thought, well, that would be kind of a cool book, but I was like, there has to be a book already out there, and there wasn't. I did so much research. I'm like Googling and looking, like, is there
Isn't
a book
it
like
unbelievable when
this?
you have a good idea for a book
And
and
there
you're
wasn't.
like, there's no book on this? And then you start thinking, oh my God, I better do it fast before someone is going to come across this because this is a good idea.
Exactly. But there are tons of product out there that, birth flower jewelry, and there are like stitching kits and patterns and all kinds of things with birth flower, the concept of it. So I put a proposal together. It was just like one chapter and an index,
Hmm.
sent it to my editor, and they accepted it fairly quickly,
Hmm.
like within like a month or two.
Yeah, and I think that's great. There's so many good things about that story. I mean, one of them is going to Blueprint the Trade Show, which is a show that's more, my understanding of it is it's more for like illustrators looking to sell illustration work to
And pattern
companies.
design.
And
Yeah.
yeah, the companies that buy that for gift wrap, for wallpaper, for fabric, for other surfaces, home decor
Yeah.
surfaces, etc. So one, you went there and went to the show and exhibited, which is a huge investment of time and money and expertise, etc. So that's one
Yeah.
awesome thing. And then you met this person and kept in touch, right? Like did one book and then kept in touch with them. And I think that that's another piece is
Yeah.
like sending and keeping in touch, by the way, can just be like sending your newsletter if they subscribe to your newsletter, because then they're reminded of your existence periodically and that you're still out there, you're still making interesting work. And
Yeah.
then lastly, you put together a proposal based on an original idea and took that initiative to send it to them. So, which, again, is a risk because they could have said no,
Yeah.
and then you would have had to either decide not to do it or do it with a different publisher or whatever it might have been. So all of
Totally.
those steps are like really great, ways to sort of make things happen for your business. So I think that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, if something's not happening, like people aren't knocking on your door, which some people editors and creative directors, they are knocking on people's doors, but not everybody.
Not
People aren't
everybody.
knocking down my door, so you have to take the initiative and put yourself out there and stay in touch and share your ideas. And I think the more you do that, it becomes kind of a numbers game. It's like selling
Yeah.
wholesale. The more you pitch, the more you put it out there, the more that's going to come
Because
back.
I'm sure in the meantime, there's been other projects that you've probably pitched or tossed around with people that didn't work
Oh yeah,
out,
totally.
and that's what we don't see because, people aren't out there like spreading the word about all the things that didn't work out. But
Yeah,
we don't necessarily see them, but they are
yeah,
definitely part of the story. And so, that's really helpful to hear. So this
yeah.
book, is it in bookstores now? Can shops wholesale it? How does this work?
So it publishes December 2nd.
Okay, so perfect.
So
That's in time
it's
for the
available
holidays.
for pre-order.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe somewhere we can share a link for pre-order because if you pre-order, you get 2 free downloads. There's like a couple of February designs because that's my birthday. You get 2 free downloads if you pre-order. So there's like a form that you have to fill out. So it's available December 2nd. And I'm doing some local events. I'm doing a book launch at Two Rivers Bookstore
Where is
in St.
that?
John. It's in St. John's. It's in Portland. It's a really
Right.
cool bookstore because it's integrated with a craft store. Like they sell yarns and embroidery kits and all kinds of
That's cute.
notions. So it's like
Yeah.
the perfect bookstore, gift store, craft store. I'm doing a free project download with the EGA, which will
Hmm.
come out in December.
That's the Embroidery Guild of America, correct?
Yeah,
Is that what it's
yeah,
called? Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and a few other things, and then I'll definitely be at H&H. I think my publisher is going to be there at H&H this year.
I hope so.
Um, so hopefully doing maybe some events or book signings or
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
great. So, and pre-orders are really important. And I think sometimes consumers
Yeah,
who are super fans don't realize the importance of pre-orders. But when you do pre-order, even if you know you're gonna buy it on Amazon, pre-order it on Amazon because that's
yeah,
the way to sort of show support for the book. And it's like these signals that push the book up in their rankings, help other people discover it,
for
signals
sure.
to the publisher that the book is successful so it can go into a second printing, et cetera. So, and I'm sure there's other benefits that I'm not listing here. So
Oh yeah,
definitely pre-order if you
you're
if
right.
you want to support an artist and you know you're going to buy it on Amazon, just buy it now before it
Yeah,
comes
and
out.
also if you don't support Amazon, it's also on bookshop.org, barnesandnoble.com. It's on Target.com, Walmart. So there's lots of other places if you don't want to buy it on Amazon. You can.
Yeah, and then this would be a great
Yeah,
workshop too for shop owners who are looking to bring people into the store and do some embroidery. Everyone's got a birthday, as you said.
Do.
So, they can buy the book and then select either their own birth flower or a birth flower for somebody else and spend, a few hours together as a group embroidering. So if you're a teacher or a shop owner, this is a great book for you too.
Definitely. And if shops want to sell the book and they also sell threads and fabrics, it's a great way to bundle things. Like, oh, if it's February, you could highlight, lavender fabrics or like the threads that are kind of highlighted in the book. Abby, when's your birthday?
August.
Oh, so your birth flowers are,
I don't
do you know what
actually
they are?
know. No.
Poppy and gladiolus. So this
Okay,
is
I
the
know what
gladiolus.
poppy looks like. Okay.
That's
So
the
is
gladiolus.
that a daffodil? No.
It's a gladiolus.
So it's similar, but not quite the same.
Yeah, so gladiolus, they're on really long stalks,
Okay.
but this is like a small one. And
You can tell I'm
then
not a gardener in any way.
here's the poppy.
Oh, the poppy's so beautiful.
I love the poppy. You can kind of see like the details.
Yeah. Lots of French
Um,
knots in
yeah.
the center, French knots, which, once you get in the rhythm of the French knot, you're good to go. But sometimes remembering how to do them can be
You
a little
can't
bit.
stop.
Yeah, you can't stop once you start. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I love it. So, do you have any other samples around that you want to show us? Because everybody loves to see
Yeah,
samples.
so here's violet, which is my birth flower,
Oh,
February.
so pretty.
So I think like violets for me, also the point of the book too is to create memories and connect with people. So violets for me with my grandmother, she lived with us for a while and she always had violets in her room. So you can customize it and put like their birthday on it or like
Yeah.
their name.
And it would be
Um,
great for a baby gift too, right? Because
oh,
once the
totally.
baby is born, you can put their name, their first name and middle name, and their birth date or whatever you want, and then you frame that. That's such a nice baby gift.
Yeah, it's very easily customizable. One thing I did as I was making the book, I kept a notebook so I
Mm.
could keep track of all the colors I was using.
Oh wow.
So kind of like, I don't know,
That
I love
yeah.
documenting things like that.
Yeah, no, that was a really good idea because writing a book is a giant, giant project and you need to keep track of what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a situation toward the end where you have to backtrack and it's really confusing.
You have got to be organized.
Yes.
So this is November.
Oh, so pretty. And is that like a gradient thread in the petal?
No, I use, I think 3 or 4 different colors.
Oh, wow. It's so pretty.
Yeah, so each flower. So my editor partially the way through the process was laid off, and then I got a new editor. So we kind
Wow.
of reorganized the book a bit, like the format of it. So you'll get the image,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get
Yep.
like the stitch guide. So it's pretty straightforward. It's not a step by step,
Mm-hmm.
which originally it was, and then through changes that were made, it became.
Once you know the stitches, which I'm sure you introduced
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah,
and you know what they are, and you give like the more generalized instructions, right? There's the stitch guide, so that tells you what to do, and you could go back and refer. And I
yeah,
also find stuff for me. I'm a very visual learner, and so I supplement sometimes with a quick YouTube look because I
yeah,
sometimes need to see somebody's hands doing the stitch itself, and
yeah,
then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how to do this if I haven't done it in a while. But once you get into the rhythm of that stitch, you can pretty much just apply it to any of the patterns.
yeah.
And I love that they did digital downloads because that makes it
Oh yeah.
so much easier. And I remember when I published my book, my second book, this was like 2013. They wanted to put a CD in the book, and I was like, no CDs. Like nobody's gonna have a CD. a CD reader on their computer in like 2 years. So, and I
Yeah.
push for digital downloads, and we still, the book is out of print now, but you can still get the digital downloads online. So I feel
One
like
thing I
that's great.
would like to do is to have monthly stitch-alongs,
Mm,
just like through my Zoom or like host it. I'm hoping I haven't quite done this yet, but I'm hoping to put together some kits to go with it. Maybe it's just going to be printed fabric.
yeah.
Some of the designs have quite a few thread colors, so it could be a little pricey. But this is just kind of a mock-up of
Oh,
like
yeah.
so.
So pretty. And I just spoke with somebody who does sort of direct sourcing of custom printed fabric. So if you're interested, I can connect you later. But like because
Mhm.
otherwise spoon flour, which is great, but can get expensive.
Yeah,
Just
and they
depending
don't have a
on
great linen either.
yeah, so there are other ways to go about it,
Mhm.
yeah, Craft Industry Alliance, we can connect you with what those sourcing
I'll be in touch.
solutions are. So if you want to explore that, let me know.
Yeah.
But so and obviously coming into H&H is a great way to also make that sort of sourcing connections because
Yeah.
everybody's there. So
Well, that's what I love about. I'm a member of the, Craft Industry Alliance, obviously, but that's what I love. It's like those connections. Oh, hey, who are you using for
yeah,
needles, or what's the tariff situation? It's
yeah.
just a great way to connect.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
helpful to have other people who are sort of in it together. And people are so helpful to one another and generous in sharing, sort of that same belief that like a rising tide lifts all boats. People are very helpful. And I find that to be a
Yeah.
really nice spirit. Just generally in our industry, I think people are really helpful. So and collaborative. So, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's great to see you again. Congrats
You
on your
too.
new book. I am very
Thank you.
excited about it. I hope folks go and order it and show it one more time. So it's Birth Flower Embroidery by Amy Frazer. Go and grab it. Get yourself a copy, pre-order now, and you'll have it in December for the holidays. Give it away during the
Me.
holidays as a gift or get it for yourself. I like to get myself gifts for the holidays. So, because I know what I want. So,
I too. It
yeah,
too.
exactly. So, really good talking to you. Thanks, everybody who joined us today. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Abby. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye, Amy. See you.